Have you ever wondered why Europe, with its major cities like Paris, Rome, and London, doesn't have towering skyscrapers like New York or Shanghai? Today, we're diving into the top 10 reasons why Europe's skyline is unique and remains largely free of these towering structures. Let's explore the fascinating blend of history, culture, and planning that keeps Europe different. At the heart of the absence of skyscrapers in Europe is a deep respect for cultural and architectural traditions. Many Europeans prefer the timeless charm of their old cities, with their cathedrals, palaces, and traditional buildings. Skyscrapers, while modern and futuristic, often clash with the classic European aesthetic, from the cobblestone streets of Prague to the Renaissance squares of Florence. There is a widespread cultural preference for preserving a sense of history, elegance, and harmony in European urban design. Europe's economy is more decentralized than that of countries like the United States or China, where economic power tends to be concentrated in a few cities. In Europe, economic power is spread across multiple mid-sized cities, reducing the need for ultra-tall buildings that house massive corporations. Additionally, many European cities, like Brussels and Zurich, prioritize financial stability and balanced growth over aggressive urban expansion. Skyscrapers, which are often built to consolidate economic power in a single hub, are less necessary in Europe's more spread-out economy. Unlike many American or Asian cities, European cities were not designed with skyscrapers in mind. The street layouts, often dating back hundreds or even thousands of years, feature narrow, winding roads that are unsuitable for modern skyscrapers. For example, Paris's medieval street grid couldn't accommodate the infrastructure needed for large towers. Building a skyscraper in these cities would require extensive redevelopment, which would be both costly and culturally disruptive. Europe's layout naturally favors mid-rise development, keeping its cities more intimate and pedestrian-friendly. European architecture places a strong emphasis on design and quality. Cities like Barcelona, Vienna, and Paris are known for their distinct architectural styles that focus on beauty, functionality, and harmony with the environment. Instead of competing for the tallest buildings, Europe has become known for its architecturally significant structures, like the Sagrada Familia in Spain or the Louvre in France. These cities prioritize aesthetics and urban livability over height. Skyscrapers, while visually striking, often don't align with Europe's architectural philosophy of creating lasting, human-scaled spaces. The geology of many European cities presents challenges for building skyscrapers. For example, Amsterdam is built on soft, waterlogged ground, which requires deep and expensive foundations for tall buildings. Venice, built on a lagoon, faces similar challenges due to its fragile infrastructure. Even London, with its mix of clay and sand soils, poses unique geotechnical issues. Building skyscrapers in such areas would require extensive, costly engineering solutions that often make low to mid-rise developments more feasible and affordable. Europe is a global leader in sustainability and environmental protection. Skyscrapers, with their large energy demands and material consumption, often contradict Europe's green policies. While modern skyscrapers are being designed with sustainability in mind, many cities like Copenhagen and Amsterdam are opting for low-rise, energy-efficient buildings that align with their carbon reduction goals. European cities also promote green infrastructure, such as cycling lanes, public transport, and eco-friendly homes, reducing the need for dense, high-rise buildings that require significant resources to build and maintain. In many parts of Europe, there is a social and political aversion to skyscrapers. Skyscrapers are often viewed as symbols of unrestrained capitalism, corporate dominance, and impersonal urban spaces. This sentiment runs particularly strong in cities like Berlin and Rome, where people are protective of their city's history and culture. There's also a broader societal belief in Europe that architecture should be human-scaled, accessible, and integrated into the community. This is why many European cities prioritize human-centric, walkable spaces over monumental high-rises. European cities often have lower population densities compared to skyscraper-heavy cities like Tokyo or New York. Instead of creating vertical cities, European urban planners historically expanded outward, developing extensive networks of low-rise buildings, homes, and public spaces. Cities such as Madrid or Amsterdam have sprawling suburbs, parks, and plazas, which reduce the need for tall, densely packed residential or office towers. European urban planning emphasizes quality of life, green spaces, and well-designed neighborhoods rather than concentrating people in towering skyscrapers. Zoning laws in Europe are designed to preserve the character and aesthetics of cities. In places like Paris, building heights are capped in the city center to ensure that landmarks, like the Notre Dame Cathedral or Sacré-Cœur, remain the focal points of the skyline. In many European cities, zoning laws prioritize uniformity in the skyline, limiting the height of new buildings and keeping the city's visual identity intact. This contrasts sharply with cities like New York or Dubai, where zoning laws encourage vertical development for maximizing space. Europe is home to some of the world's oldest and most cherished architectural landmarks, from the Eiffel Tower in Paris to the Colosseum in Rome. Cities like Florence and Vienna are steeped in centuries of history, and many governments have implemented strict preservation laws to protect these ancient buildings. In many cases, construction projects are either prohibited or heavily regulated in areas where historical sites are located. This makes it difficult for developers to introduce modern skyscrapers without compromising the visual and cultural integrity of these cities. Preserving history often outweighs the need for vertical expansion. Europe's cities remain a beautiful mix of history, tradition, and thoughtful urban planning, where modern skyscrapers take a backseat to centuries of architectural heritage. While skyscrapers may define other global cities, Europe's unique approach continues to enchant and inspire. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts on Europe's skyline.